All right, gonna hop into another swing check here from my buddy CJ. This is Ryan from Golf Fit. First things first, overall posture and setup. I would suggest reducing the knee flexion here. So what you want as far as your knee flexion goes is if your knees were locked out, you want to just have a slight crack in the knees, just enough to engage the muscles. But not so much that when you have that much knee flexion, what happens is that your hips will level out, and your hips, you want to be almost in a tilted position like this, to where it's pointing down to the golf ball. Another thing that will help with that is kind of feeling like you're pushing the glutes back, like you're resting your glutes on like a bar stool, and that should help to kind of correct that posture. I would also suggest maybe closing up the gap between the hands and the body just a little bit, not a ton, just a subtle amount there, so that your hands hang a little bit more freely from the shoulder socket. As we take the club away, you got a slight inside takeaway, which is fine. Get you up to the top of the golf swing. You're doing a good job of loading into the right knee, which I like. Club face is shut at the top, but that's okay. Let's kind of take a look and see what you do in your transition here. Okay, so you do shallow out the club in the transition. You can see here, but it's just a tad bit too late. So like right here where the club is still at this angle, you would kind of actually want that club to be more like this, all right? And what that's going to do is that's going to help that club shallow out a little bit more and help you swing more from the inside. As you drop the club down, because your hands were so far out in front of you in your address position, you still have a very large gap from the hands to the body here. And you want to have the hands just a little bit closer so that you can keep the connection of your right elbow into your right hip. If your hands get too far out and disconnected from you, you're going to find that you tend to leave the club face open quite a bit, which is what's happening here. If you look at that face angle, it's wide open. So getting that elbow to connect to the right hip in the downswing, these two here should connect to each other, and that will help you use your body a little bit more efficiently. And then being able to close up the club face is going to help to start to produce some draw spin for you. I do like the finish and the follow through. You do a great job of extending your arms away from the spine and getting into your finishing position. You got a well-balanced finishing position, so that's all good. So I hope that helps. As always, aim small, swing smooth. Peace.